Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. Before we dive into your reading here, I wanted to address a couple of things that were brought to my attention. So if you aren't interested in listening to this portion of the message, you're more than welcome to fast forward and get right into the reading. I'll of course timestamp it. So I just wanted to talk about the difference between channel memberships as well as Patreon memberships. So they're two very different things that I do offer. If you guys have already heard me talk about the Patreon extended readings, that's exactly what is offered there. So if you watch the first half and second half readings for the love forecasts, and if it happens to resonate with you, I do offer the extendeds over on Patreon. There are a few tiers to choose from, so not every tier will offer you the extended access. So that's very important to note, because I've had a few people request refunds because they couldn't access the extended readings, and that's because they actually didn't purchase the tiers that gave them access to that. So that's very important to note, but we also make it pretty easy to figure out once you do get over to Patreon to see which tiers are there, how much they are, what each tier offers. So it's just really important to read through the information that's provided. I also do offer a couple of mini forecasts in addition to the extended readings. So depending, of course, on which tier you are interested in on Patreon, that is what's offered there and offered there only. So what is on Patreon is something that you won't ever see on YouTube. Okay, so that's Patreon. So talking now about the channel memberships, I do offer 3 different tiers there as well. So if that's something that you would like to participate in, that's available on YouTube only, and only the 3rd tier will give you access to the live streams, which once we do get enough members joining, then I'm going to start doing the live streams on Sunday. And of course, once that is a reality, we'll go ahead and post all of the necessary information, dates, times, etc., to give members the opportunity to prepare so that you guys can attend the live streams. And why that's crucial here is it really gives you the opportunity to have a chance to be chosen for a personal private mini reading, either on air while the live stream is going on, or if you prefer to keep your information or your reading private, then I can just go ahead and do the reading after the live stream and send it to you via a private YouTube link, which is how my clients receive their readings. It's totally your call how you do decide once you are chosen to receive a personal private one. Now you're probably wondering, well, what's the difference between getting a reading through your website as compared to getting a personal private reading as a channeled member? So here's the thing. The many readings that I do offer start at $35 on the website. So the minimum there is for a 5-minute mini forecast. And if you are a channel member and get chosen for a 5-minute reading, the cost there would basically be $9.99. So there is a varying degree of price ranges there that you can choose from. So it just gives you the opportunity to get a mini forecast for a discounted rate if that's something that you're interested in. But in addition to that, it really does give you the opportunity to interact with me during real time and to be able to ask me questions if you have any questions during the live stream. And it also gives you loyalty badges as well as custom emojis specifically for those who are channel members. So that's the difference there, and hopefully that clarifies things for those who are a little bit confused as to the different types of memberships that are being offered. All right, guys, so that's it, and let's dive right into your reading. All right, Aries, let's get into your reading here for the first half of April, from the 1st all the way through the 15th. General advice as always. I'll be using these 3 decks for your reading: the Pink Divine Love Oracle by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot, I'll pull some cards from the Romance Angels and from my NUYS tarot deck, the Tanyelu Tarot. All right, so let's begin and see what you need to know here, Aries. So starting with this deck, what's the opening message here for Aries? So we are officially in Aries season. Let's grab some advice here. Music melodies, soothing your soul through music. That could be what you are into right now, or something that you've always done, where music could be very soothing to your soul and something that you make a part of your day. All right. Some of you could also be a very gifted musician. You could be a singer, you could play an instrument, you could be in the music industry. This is interesting too. We've gotten messages, texts, phone calls, and conversations. And then we've got communicate coming through, expressing feelings, messages, and news. So it seems here that someone wants to reach out to you, Aries. And if they're wanting to communicate and reach out to you, this could be an indication that you guys are at a distance from one another. You're not together. Some of these messages could be on social media. They might want to reach out in that way. And then we've got self-love, taking care of me now. So even though you might have somebody who wants to reach out to you, if you're focusing on self-love, maybe you're not quite ready to entertain a reconciliation or to have a conversation that you might have had a falling out with this person. We'll have to grab some tarot messages to see where that's coming from. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some tarot cards. So this is part 1 of your reading. If you're interested in watching the extended reading, as I've mentioned, that is on my Patreon page. The link is down below. All right, here we go. We've got the Queen of Wands coming up in the reverse. So maybe right now, Divine Feminines, you're not feeling very confident in a particular love connection here. But we do have the Ten of Pentacles, financial windfall. So maybe right now your money matters, self-care as we see, your career. Maybe that's what you're focusing on at this time. The Ten of Pentacles, though, when it comes to your romantic life, can also be a very uplifting, positive message, in that this can represent somebody that you feel a very strong bond with them. So regardless of time apart, if you're still feeling connected to this person, even though you guys are in separation, that could also be why they still feel the need to be able to reach out, because maybe they're feeling that as well. Yeah, they want to reach out. Okay, they've gone through this awakening. They've had the opportunity really to take a look at the past. That's what this is picking up off of. Their past actions, past words, past behaviors, and maybe there's this need to want to revisit this partnership. Maybe there's some unspoken words between the two of you, which is why they want to be able to communicate, maybe to tell you that they still have feelings, they still love you. This could be an apology. Maybe they want forgiveness. And we now have the Hierophant coming through, which is about commitment. So if you were dealing with somebody who had some commitment issues, maybe what it is that they want to reach out to you with at this point is, first of all, to apologize for their actions, knowing full well that they really did hurt you. And I have a feeling, Divine Feminines, this could be a masculine wanting to reach out to you, telling you they're sorry for words or things that they did or failed to do, and they are ready to commit. We do have the High Priestess coming in, representing the Divine Feminine, picking up off of your intuition here. So pay attention to that, Divine Feminine, because right now there's perhaps this need, as we already see, to dedicate most of your energies to yourself. And maybe there's a part of you that knows that either you're not ready to talk to your masculine, or you're intuitively, I can't speak today, maybe you are intuitively picking up that they want to be able to reach out to you. We do have the Death card. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio here. This represents a transition, as you can see there. So, oops, sorry about that. So part of that transition is that there are old cycles that are phasing out. You know, this makes way for new beginnings because something clearly came to an end here. The Justice card, you could be dealing with a Libra. We've got Scorpio, we've got Taurus coming through, all sorts of signs represented here. Cause and effect, as you can see. There is this need perhaps for this person to restore balance in the connection, or maybe they have just felt really out of balance because you are not with them. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. No, not Ten of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. The cycle of change here. So things could ultimately be turning around for you and this person. It's really up to you, I feel, especially the Divine Feminine. I have no idea why my thing is doing that. It's speaking. Maybe it's picking up off of Siri. For some reason, I don't know why. Things are just wacky in my office today. So Wheel of Fortune, there's the opportunity for things to turn around. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some added advice here. Aries. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some messages from the romance angels here. All right. What is the advice? What is the advice here? Let me just check my monitor, guys, because everything's kind of tripping here today. Okay, I think we're okay. All right, Aries. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Okay, this could be either one of you, Aries. It could be the person you're thinking about. Once they've made a decision to reach out, that could be sooner rather than later. That could be right around the corner. That doesn't necessarily mean that there will be a reunion. It's simply to give you added closure, perhaps, or if you never had closure. It could give you guys the opportunity to really sit down and talk. Look at this, you've got new love. So if things don't end up working out with this person who wants to come back to you, you have this opportunity to be able to find love elsewhere, a new person. This new person could be somebody that you connected with in a past lifetime, and there could be that instant attraction. Maybe you guys end up feeling like you've known each other before, and maybe there's a possibility that you have. This could also be telling us that new love is on the horizon for you, that it's closer than you might even realize. Look at this next card. We've got soulmate. Okay, so the past, the present, and the future are kind of intermingling energies here, I feel. So let's continue. I'll go ahead and pull from my Modern Day Seers Tarot and Oracle here. So tarot with a twist. This deck, it's got upright and reversed meanings, but it's also got new oracle messages as well as new court cards, in addition to all of the usual tarot messages. So let's grab some insight here, Aries, and see what else you need to know for part one of your reading. So if someone from your past, if they want to reach out, yes, there's a possibility for a reunion, but I feel for some of you, you might have your guard up. Okay, Christmas time might be a significant time of year for some of you. The holidays could be your favorite time of year, but this could also just be telling us that your family is very important to you. You could be very family oriented. This could be the person you're thinking about as well. They could also be a very sociable person. And then we now have the Emperor coming up, picking up off of Aries energy. So Divine Feminine, if you happen to be cross-watching for a Divine Masculine representing the Aries, here they are. For some of you guys, maybe you're watching this reading because this represents a new love for you. But this is confirmation that you've got your defenses up, you've got your walls up. When it comes to somebody maybe from the past, there could have been love rivals here. We've got some challenging cards with the Seven of Wands and then the Five of Wands next to each other. Arguments, tension between the two of you. And that's where this Ace of Swords comes in, because it really is offering you a new beginning to be able to start fresh in love and romance. This is that one of those cards where you have the opportunity to cut someone out of your life because it's no longer working for you. Okay. And then we have the Three of Wands here. I really feel for you, Aries, that you're focused more so on your future, even though someone from your past is wanting to revive a connection. You've got some choices that you need to focus on here for the first half of April. I'm also getting, for some of you guys, if your birthday happens to fall in April, you could have either an ex, and again, someone from the past that you are no longer with, and they might want to wish you a happy birthday. They might want to reach out and get the conversation started that way. But it might be too late, because I have a feeling some of you guys might already, if I could say that twice, have already moved on to new love. You could have already found someone else at this point. Okay, so it comes down to timing. All right, so I'll go ahead and explore this a little further in part 2 of your reading. Aries, if this resonated with you, I'd love to see you over on Patreon. If you are interested in your own personal private reading, that info is down below as well. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Take care. We do have the autumn season reflected, picking up off of September, October, November. The signs here are Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Harvest time. So maybe there's something significant to that time of year for some of you guys, okay? Either you met or broke up during the autumn season. Something significant around that time. Let's see here. Perspective. This reminds me very much of the Hanged Man energy in tarot. Sometimes it helps to see things from a new angle, a new perspective. Look at this. We have fly away. The only limits are the ones you place upon yourself. And it's so true, because if you have decided to go your separate way and just go in a different direction because something wasn't working for you, then you got to do what feels right for you. And that's where that self-love comes in.